Welcome to the world's shortest Photoshop course. We are about to cram years of Photoshop knowledge in the next few minutes. Whether you are a newbie or looking to sharpen your skills, this crash course will fit you just right. Ready? Let's go. When you start a new project, this is your first view. Your blank canvas where your creativity comes to life. At the very top is the menu bar, your command center for almost everything. Right under the menu bar, you'll find the options bar. The settings here change based on the tools you are using. On the left side, you have got the tools panel. Think of it as your artist toolbox. And at the right, you'll find various panels. By default, you will see colors in swatches at the top, followed by properties and layers panel. You can also switch to other panels as needed. First up, we have the move tool. It's the arrow at the top and it's exactly what it sounds like. Click, drag, and reposition to move things around like a pro. Need to work on a specific part of your image? Well, use the marquee tool to make a selection, then copy and paste it onto a new layer. Then the new layer features your selected image. But what if you want to select irregular shapes? Just grab a quick selection tool. Pick it up from the toolbar, adjust the size and the angle as needed, then click on the area you want to select. You can use the plus button to add to your selection or the minus button to subtract. Once it looks perfect, you can copy and paste it onto a new layer. Next is the brush tool, which is your digital paintbrush. Perfect for adding colors, shadows, highlights, or just anything related to drawing. Pick your size, angle, and opacity, then let your creativity flow. If you are worried about making a mistake, the eraser tool got you covered. Just like a real eraser, it lets you clean up any errors and tidy up your work. And if you are thinking to add some text, the text tool lets you click, type, and customize the text. Adjust the font size, color, weight, and more in the properties panel to make your message stand out. So those are some of the basic tools to get you started. But don't get too comfy because there are more advanced tools like the pen tool, the patch tool, the lasso tool, and others to master. So far we've covered Photoshop's hand-on tools, the ones you use directly to create your designs. Kind of like hammers, saws, and drills when building a house. But just like you need architectural techniques and blueprints to actually construct a house, you'll need to learn about Photoshop's editing tools to really bring your designs to life. Let's start off with layers. Imagine layers as transparent sheets of glass stacked on top of each other. You can draw, paint, and make edits on each layer independently without altering the other. If you create a new layer and make a drawing on it, then that drawing is confined on that specific layer, leaving the original image untouched. If you delete the layer, the drawing disappears, but the original image remains as it was. But here's where it gets interesting. We have those things called adjustment layers. These are like filters for your entire layer stack. Want to change the brightness and the contrast of your image? Just add an adjustment layer. It's all reversible, so you can tweak it, turn it off, or delete it without touching the original image. Feel free to experiment with all the adjustment layers available because Photoshop provides a lot. Now, you can always change the blending mode of a layer here at the top. Blending modes are like magic spells for layers. They control how layers interact with each other, mixing colors and textures in cool ways. Let's say we want to add a solid color over this image. You'll notice that the color's interaction with the original image shifts depending on the blending mode you choose. Try the multiply mode to darken shadows, for instance. If you want to brighten things up, give screen mode a shot. And if you are feeling experimental, cycle through different modes to see what happens. Moving on to filters, Photoshop's version of special effects. You can always apply any filter you want from the menu bar. Want to create a cool blur effect like this? Select the image from the layers panel and apply the iris blur here at the top. Adjust the settings to your preference and you'll get the exact effect you want. Filters are like instant makeovers for your image, but remember to use them carefully. Then there is effects. These are like the cherry on top. Drop shadows, glows, and bevels add depth and dimension to your designs. You can find this here at the bottom. Just click on a layer, choose your effect, and watch your design come to life. Want your image to have a subtle shadow to give it some depth? You get it done here. You can adjust the intensity, color, and the angle to get the exact look you want. The best part is that you can apply more than one effect at a time by checking the boxes here and changing their properties. But remember to not overdo them, cause less is more with effects and filters. Now, a Photoshop's video won't be complete without talking about masks. A mask lets you hide or reveal parts of a layer without deleting anything. Think of it as a way to selectively show off your work. Want to blend two images together? Add a mask, grab a soft brush, and start painting on the mask to create a smooth transition. Change the upper color here to black to brush off part of the image, and change it to white to bring back the lost section. It's like having an eraser that's never permanent. Total control with zero regrets. And there you have it, the world's shortest Photoshop course. You are now officially equipped to dive into Photoshop without drowning. All you gotta do now is practice, practice, and more practice. Go out there and create something awesome. Adios.